Okay, you won't believe who Candace Owens is going at now. You won't believe it. And she's going at Ali Beth Stuckey, who is doing an amazing job with the Jubilee conversation she had. But it's not just Ali Beth Stuckey. We're going to engage in that as well and how preposterous it is. She's not just going at Ali Beth Stuckey. She's not just getting owned on CNN, which we got to talk about this because this is just a public service in terms of how many things she speaks out with such certainty, and then basic fact checking. She's not coherent. She's not all there. It's not just the thing that she just blatantly said was false about Charlie Kirk's affiliation and affection for Ben Shapiro. She's now going at churches. Yes, that's right. Not just churches. This is a dear friend of mine's church. There's always a kernel of truth, and then it's this blasted mass generalization of this something doesn't feel right. So here is the title she writes. She says, there is something very sinister going on with mega churches and trafficking. Everyone should begin looking into stories like these that keep popping up. Always follow the money. Always follow the money. Okay, now that's a whole lot that she's being said. And then she posts an article from the Royce Report talking about a church that I'm friendly with. So this is former pastor at Greg Laurie's California megachurch accused of child SA and trafficking in Romania, lawsuit claims. And this is now going at a article that's a lawsuit filed for something that happened 20 years ago of a missionary that Greg Laurie's church, Greg Laurie from the Jesus Revolution, sent out. And she didn't even take the time to read the article because her own audience told her, Candy, remember, you have to read the article first. The person who allegedly did this was not part of Harvest. They were a missionary who was financially supported by Harvest for a short time, like many others, which folks don't know this. Oftentimes, mega churches tend to give way more to missions. And sometimes, yeah, you might have a couple bad apples in the mission community that end up taking advantage and doing horrendous things. And it's not to decrease the horrific nature of what the victims felt in this situation, but you have multiple people saying can't wait for the deep dive in the Catholic Church scandal. This is something that happened 20 years ago because Greg Laurie took a picture and the church donated to a specific missionary who then went on to do some heinous things. And her conclusion of this is now we need to investigate all megachurches. Okay, mega churches and their overlap with trafficking. So this is an example of how her brain works. You find a kernel of truth of something, and then you say, see, this is a massive issue. This is a part of the all or nothing mentality, how stereotyping is cool again, how all of these things are glued together. But here's the deal. Every time you consume this, you are complicit in it. In a way, shape, or form. You are endorsing it. You are pushing it up the algorithm, whether you want to admit it or not. And my heart would be, hey, why don't we support things and promote things that are healthier and more beautiful and better? Which brings us to the sponsor of today's video. Guys, if you know me, you know that I am a huge fan of the hit show House of David, produced by my friend John Irwin and the amazing people over at Wonder Project. And so I already had the Wonder Project subscription within Amazon Prime watching House of David with my son, but I was even more ecstatic when they reached out to make sure that we get the word out about their brand new service within Amazon Prime. Now, it's not just for the House of David. When I signed up, I discovered that there's over 100 additional titles on here, edited versions of family favorites like The Patriot and Dead Poets Society and Antoine Fisher. Sandlot is on here. There are so many amazing titles on here. And again, they're all edited versions without all the gory stuff, without all the sketchy stuff. And dope part is it's not just faith-based. There's a lot of Christian stuff on here, a lot of biblical stuff on here, but it's also value-based. And there's also like a new documentary on there with King and Country. And again, the best part about it is that you can watch it with your family without worrying about anything inappropriate popping up on the screen. It's only $8.99 a month, or you can save 17% by signing up for the entire year for only $89.99. And an annual subscription is a beautiful way to support the mission of the Wonder Project and also signal to the industry that this sort of entertainment that's faith-based and value-based is needed and demanded by our community. And it also helps the wonderful people at the Wonder Project continue creating and making amazing media. So hit the pinned comment and sign up for a free trial today, or better yet, save some money and sign up for an annual membership. Link is in the pinned comment in the description. Let's jump into this conversation. All right, I'm so grateful for amazing friends and partners like the Wonder Project. Be sure to subscribe to their brand new subscription service over on Amazon Prime. House of David is an absolute banger. I'm watching with my son. Okay, so now this is her engaging with Ali Beth Stuckey, who clapped back, provided receipts regarding Charlie Kirk not needing to plan stuff out 6 months in advance, and showing, hey, we covered this in a previous video, showing, hey, no, actually sometimes we'll get stuff in August and it's in November, and that's fine within the timeline. And so Ali Beth Stuckey is just tired because Candace Owens, as you'll see here in this chat, as you'll see in most comment section, they're kind of loony, like they're crazy. And so Ali Beth Stuckey is tired, and of course she's going at Candace Owens is now going at her.
To go through to make all of these claims first is incredible, but then to go through and debunk all of these claims, I don't have that time, I don't have that energy, I don't have that capacity, I don't.
So yeah, that Ali is totally right, because now this is called gish galloping. In a conversation or a debate, all someone has to do is just make 29 different statements, and the rest of us who live normal lives, like an Ali Beth Stuckey, like myself, like my wife is due any day now with the baby. I'm actually happy that I get to sneak in another video before the baby comes. We were expecting baby to come over the weekend. We don't have time to chase down every single thing, right? We don't. And so Candace is now attacking Ali Beth Stuckey, of all people. But wait, it gets better, because CNN decided to kind of expose just a very basic thing that she got wrong. But let's let her flesh this out.
Look, Ali, I just think she should take a break. Like, I genuinely didn't even know she was going through it like this. Like, I don't think we asked her for any assistance at all, actually. I did all the work, and people sent me stuff, and then we put together a timeline. And here's what I want to say, because you're saying it's real life. It was Charlie's real life. Ali, that was Charlie's real life when you saw him sitting there and he got shot. And
so someone said, exactly, no one needs your help. Just get out of the way. Just get out of the way, right? Yes, it was Charlie's real life. It's also our real life. And there's people whose real life is to actually investigate, not to be the Pink Panther of the internet. And, hey, we have our detectives and we're all working to solve this thing, when you might actually be jeopardizing this. And let me show you what I mean. So this is her on CNN. And on CNN, they ask her straight up, what are you talking about? Now, there were some, I'm going to give it to Candace. She had some dope moments with CNN. She kind of owned them regarding the day thing. But this was a moment that was like, this is the sort of sloppy investigative journalism she does that she got caught red-handed for. And again, is this a lie? Is this incompetence? Is it both? I don't know, right? And again, big shout out to Ali Beth Stuckey. She's been doing awesome lately. And so let's check out this clip from CNN.
In the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk.
Okay, so she says, I don't believe. Claim number one, there's a lot of financial reports coming out. What does that mean? It's super vague. Number two, she doesn't believe that the person who's in custody, that the family, the wife, everybody believes is the person who did it. She doesn't believe that he did it. But then she goes,
I want to be very clear on that. Whether he was involved, I think the answer is yes.
Whether he was involved, the answer is yes. Okay, so now let me show you how this practically works. And this isn't me. This is other people like Jay Warner Wallace, who's gone on What Do You Memes page. You should really check it out in terms of the conversation about conspiracies in light of a situation like this. This has been talked about a lot by Brandon Tatum and explaining why these sorts of things aren't helpful. So listen to the claim she makes.
I think that's obvious.
So here's the thing. When you say Tyler Robinson may have been involved, but wasn't the person who did the actual thing, that what you're saying is there might be co-conspirators, and indirectly you might be potentially getting in the way of the case, because if there's other people like the transferee boyfriend that they're looking at, you might be getting in the way of this. You might be jeopardizing the investigation and going offbeat of the narrative as if you have all the answers because you're an internet sleuth. Okay, now check this out. This is brilliant by Ellie Reeve, and this is not an endorsement of everything Ellie Reeve does, but check this out.
This is for saying he didn't act alone is what?
I don't know, maybe the weird Fed messages that were concocted out of thin air that had no timestamp and were written like they were speaking in 1822.
And then what happened when we looked over the text messages, she said, there's no way anyone would ever use the word vehicle, only to play a video of Tyler Robinson saying car, but not playing the other couple seconds of him actually using the word vehicle in the same way he used in those text messages.
Among other things, their lack of an ability to answer any basic questions about what took place.
Do you have any proof that the messages were made up? Because that would be easily proven.
Yeah, but they didn't put timestamps on them, and Discord came out and said they didn't exist.
This was supposedly text messages, not Discord messages. It's my understanding from the indictment.
I actually did not read that they were text messages.
The indictment calls them text messages.
What would it be like?
Is this your queen? There's two different things. There's Discord messages that they said cleared anyone else being involved. And then there's a text messages between Tyler Robinson and the transferee boyfriend. Two different things. And so this is the part that's frustrating, is now you're speaking on stuff. And again, how does this jeopardize the investigation? I don't know how many times I got to say for those of you guys that are maybe a bit remedial. How this jeopardizes the investigation is if you're saying there's other people involved. FBI doesn't have to provide everything to everybody. That's not how investigations work. This was explored at length by J. Warner Wallace, that if you're doing an investigation, you don't give everybody all the information. That can contaminate the jury pool, which, yes, jeopardizes the investigation. That can contaminate the person that they may be looking at if they're looking at the transferee, which, yes, that could contaminate the investigation. All of this can contaminate the investigation. And again, I love you guys, but if you're in the Candace Owens cult, we're drawing a line in the sand here, friends. We're drawing a line in the sand. You can't play both sides, okay? We're not going to do that. So let's come back to this message. This is so much to update you guys on. It's just a fact that Ben and Charlie were not friends, and he did a lot to set the narrative against us when we were coming up. Why am I always in trouble for telling the truth? Okay. And then someone, again, her own comments. I love that the folks just own her in her own comments. If they were not friends, then why was Ben invited to AmFest last year? Right? And then she said, I could drop receipts. Well, here's some receipts. Charlie Kirk himself, the receipts. People ask me all the time where I get my ideas and arguments from. I read Jordan Peterson. I watch Ben Shapiro. I listen to Dennis Prager. Those three are by far the most effective, wise, intelligent, and impactful thinkers of our time. So again, they weren't friends, yet her own chat is calling out that this dude was at AmFest, invited to AmFest. Charlie Kirk himself is saying he listens, and he listens to Dennis Prager, who's Jewish, and watches Ben Shapiro, who's Jewish. So I don't know how you sort all this out. How many more lies? Like, how many lies does it take before you can acknowledge that someone is a liar? How many? Right? I'll hit you guys with the Ray Comfort gospel presentation. How many lies? How many lies? And again, the reality of this is she has repeatedly been doing a good. I get comments in this video, I guarantee you, for partnering with my folks over at the Wonder Project. I guarantee you. But why are you partnering? Why are you selling a Christian t-shirt? She's doing sometimes 6-7 different brand integrations in one video. She's printing money off of all of this. And the reality is, there's two ways primarily that I'm seeing people look at the world. There's people that take inventory of their own actions and their own decisions. And there's people that look outward and blame the systems and those around them for their own shortcomings or for their own inadequacies. Two different ways. And the very same things that was being blamed on by white cisgendered men who control the system and the patriarchy, the same exact mindset has now shifted over to the Zionists and those globalists over there that are meddling too much and also partnering with the cabals and the shadows to keep you from being successful. It's the same exact mindset. It's just one is on the far right with the gropers, and one is on the far left. This is why we call it the woke right. It's terrible. And it's bad. It's actually bad for your mental health. Like, it's not good for you to see yourself as a victim and someone out there trying to get you in a foreign government messing everything up when there's actual problems happening here and now, where there's actual issues happening here and now. And again, this stuff is not without consequences. It's gross. It's sad. It's a distorted, perverted view of the world. And it actually brings harm to you. So instead of doing that, put something good in your soul. Put something uplifting in your soul. Don't succumb to this non-stop brain rot of they, them, and they're going to get us. And, you know, there's a federal operation and Charlie Kirk was assassinated by everybody he loves. All right, guys, I got to go. Thank you so much. Hey, hit the link in the pinned comment. Support our friends over at The Wonder Project, and check out House of David over there and all the other 100+ videos they have that are amazing. You get a free 7-day trial. And then after that, it's $8.99 a month or like $89 for the year. Amazing way to tell, to actually use your ad dollars and your attention to tell that, hey, we need this. This is good. And we want more goodness and beauty being ushered in through narrative and storytelling. So big thank you to the Wonder Project for sponsoring this video. All right, guys, I got to go. Love you guys. Peace.